Ezzor is a very strategic area, and this is a big blow for Daesh. But what does this mean for the Syrian regime? They've broken that siege and retaken one of Syria's largest oil fields in less than a week.
Well, Karen, we can say in the past week, the Syrian regime has achieved major progress on the ground. According to the Syrian Observatory for Human Rights, the Syrian regime has managed to recapture a wide swath of land extending from Tadmor east to As-Sukhna, and also the regime has retaken major parts of the strategic highway from Deir Ezzur to Al-Mayadin, close to the borders with Iraq. Recently, as you've said, the regime has retaken one of the richest oil fields, the biggest oil field at Taim in the province of Deir Ezzor, a step that is perceived by the regime itself and many observers as a major triumph on the ground.
Now, the SDF, backed by the US, have just launched a fresh offensive against Daesh in Deir Ezzor. What more can you tell us?
Well, to put things into more perspective, we need to know, as you've said, that Deir Ezzor is a major strategic city that has been controlled by Daesh since 2015. Now, the city has three major oil fields, the richest in Syria, at Taim, that has recently been taken by the regime, Al-Umar and Al-Ward oil field. Now, what happened on Friday, the Syrian Democratic Forces said that they would launch an offensive from the south of Hasaka, the city that is controlled by the Kurdish militias, YPG, and the US-backed Syrian Democratic Forces against the Daesh militants to drive them out of the whole territory. Now, this offensive would give them more momentum and legitimacy as the major combatant of the terrorist organization, and it would extend their span of control on the territories in the west of the Euphrates River. That would definitely increase Turkey's concern as well.
Ahmed, can you just give us a sense as to how intense the fighting has been over the years and the impact this has had on civilians?
Well, the civilians are the most vulnerable category in the whole fight. They've been forced to evacuate their cities. Hundreds of thousands are internally displaced, and they need to flee the areas where the fight is going. They're either trapped in the territories controlled by Daesh, and whenever they flee, they do not find the shelter. So they're the ones who mainly suffer, and they were asking for corridors, safe corridors to leave the cities in order to find other places to settle in till this conflict is resolved.
That was TRT World Middle East correspondent Ahmed Al-Burai speaking to us from Gaziantep.